Ngai kũnyita ũgeni o rĩngĩ gũkũ nĩ gwa Gathoni TV. Thikũ nini hetũku kwĩna ndeto ikoretwo ikinyagio gũkũ nenda-inĩ cia ũkinyanĩria, na ũũ nĩ thutha wa mũmbunge wa kũrĩa Embakasi East nĩwe Honorable Babu Owino kwĩyumĩria na kuga atĩ nĩakorirwo agĩtharĩkĩrwo kũrĩa mwena wa Nairobi nĩ MCA wa kũrĩa mwena wa Kĩrĩrĩcwa. Babu Owino akĩaria ũhoro ũyũ augĩte atĩ mũtũrĩre wake gwa kahinda gaka wĩ hatĩka-inĩ, kuona arutĩirwo nginya mũcinga nĩ MCA ũcio. Babu Owino kũgerera nenda ciake cia ũkinyanĩria andĩkĩte na akaumbũra ũhoro ũyũ, kũrĩa augĩte atĩ athiĩte gũcemania na mũndũ kũu mwena wa Nairobi. Kũgerera akaunti yake ya X, Babu Owino nĩathiĩte na mbere na kuga press statement, sustained campaign of violence against Babu Owino. Akauga, I wish to inform the public of a disturbing incident that occurred yesterday, which I consider as a direct attack on my person and a grave threat to my life. Yesterday afternoon, a friend of mine who is a senior Gregory man invited me for a meeting at a popular restaurant along Renana Road in the Kilimani area. Having released my security detail for Christmas holidays, I drove myself to the venue and arrived at approximately 3:40 p.m. We held our discussions for about 20 minutes, after which I stood up to leave. Akauga, as I was departing, I noticed a group of people known to me seated at an adjacent table. Out of courtesy, I approached the table and greeted those present, including the MCA for Kiririsho Ward, Honorable Robert Arai. Without provocation, he accused me of being behind alleged social media attacks on his wife. I calmly explained that I do not know his wife, that she has never wronged me in any way, and that I have no reason whatsoever to involve innocent family members in politics. It is not my style to advance my politics by attacking women. I hold out respected ladies in the highest regard. I further pointed out that I do not even engage him personally, and therefore could not have engaged his wife. At that point, Honorable Arai became aggressive, pushed me, drew a pistol and struck me on the chest, and Joe with it, all in full view of patrons at the establishment. I stood my ground and urged him to calm down, asking him to explain what wrong I had committed and warrant such a violent reaction. He appeared to cool down. We briefly sat with another person, positioned himself between us. Agathi na mbere na kuga, moments later he again turned hostile, picked a glass of water from the table and poured on my face. By then, a crowd had gathered, disturbed by his conduct. Upon witnessing this escalation of affairs and wishing to avoid any physical confrontation, I then immediately left the premises and proceeded to Kilimani police station, where I reported the matter. I take his incident very seriously. It was an unprovoked attack on my person, motivated by my political stand, and constituted a clear threat to my life. I hereby call upon the relevant authorities to conduct thorough investigations and take appropriate action in accordance with the law. This forms a clear pattern of physical harassment, threats and attacks that begin upon the demise of our beloved Baba. Kenyans will recall that goons were organized by the government to attack me during that burial in Siaya, a threat that I braved due to the love I had for Baba. Agathi na mbere na kuga, as leaders, we are expected to set an example for society. Some of us have come a long way and known better. However, our calm should never be mistaken for fear. We will always stand our ground in defense of our lives, our dignity, and the rule of law. Honorable Babu Owino MP. Ĩyo nĩ mĩario ya Babu Owino na ũrĩa nĩ mũmbunge wa kũrĩa Embakasi East, na CCTV footage nĩ igĩkoretwo cikĩnyaga gũkũ nenda-inĩ cia ũkinyanĩria iria iragĩkorwo ikĩonania ũrĩa gwagĩkorirwo gũgĩthiĩ na ũrĩa Babu Owino agĩkorirwo agĩtharĩkĩrwo nĩ MCA wa kũrĩa mwena wa Kĩrĩrĩcua nĩwe Robert Arai. Mwĩroreri wakwa njĩtĩkĩria ngĩkorwo ngĩkĩrĩra gaturumo hau, no ndũgakĩriganĩrwo kũnjĩra mawoni maku nĩ marĩkũ thĩinĩ wa comment section.